Estamos en la Plaza de la Libertad de Tbilisi y hoy nos vamos a dar un tour por la ciudad.
Freedom Square, here was Lenin Square because Georgia was part of the Soviet Union. And here was standing Lenin on the column showing his hand all the way to the communists in the north direction because Russia is in north from Georgia. But in 1991, Soviet Union was collapsed, and after that we damaged that Lenin statue one, and now we have the Chinese guy on the horse. Yes, Saint George, right? Because it's Georgia and it's gotta be George. So it's the most famous saint here. He is even so famous, so he have 2 saint days in a year for George. And this is the most popular name in Georgia. We have little habit in families of that firstborn baby gotta be named George. So I checked the statistics, and last year 22.5% of the boys were named George. But that's even not the most popular name in Georgia. The most popular name is Nino. Nino is girl's name, and that's the name of another saint. This is a woman who came from Cappadocia and brought Christianity first time in Georgia. So 24% of the girls last year was born were named Nino. So mostly half of the Georgians are or George or Nino. Do you see something missing here?
The nails.
Yeah, the claws. You know, in ancient time, hunters have tradition to wear necklace from the teeth or from the claws of animal that they have killed. But in Georgia, we have modern tradition of that. Some people are stealing these clothes. It's impossible. They are made from the steel. Here is everywhere camera. It's most public place in Tbilisi. And I don't know how they are doing it. You gotta be very motivated to do this because you need chase always something like this to do this. Try it, yeah. It's impossible to do this. So I'm living here, as I said, from the birth, and every 2-3 months someone is stealing these clothes because people trust that who will trust the cloth, it's bring luck for him. So we have that kind of tradition in Georgia. And these griffins are the most ancient part of this whole square. Everything that's here renovated many times, rebuilt it, but these ones are here about 3 centuries. Yes. But before here was a Lenin Square or Tauslabis Moedani or those 2 griffins. Here was no square at all. Here was a big shopping mall that was called in that time Karavansaray. Karavansaray is a Turkish name of the big shopping mall. And in that time, you got to have some anniversary in shopping malls as we have today. For example, bowling or cinema. In that time, that was gardens, fountains, pools, or something like this. But on this point, here we had first opera on Caucasus, and people were very happy to have first opera. We were very proud, but Georgians are very careless with the fire. They are warm people, sometimes even hot, so the one random night, the one random cigarette became the reason why the whole building was burned to the ground. And that's even the first example in this area. This is new Muir style old city hall. So it was built in 7th century, and in 7th century we had very generous mayor. She thought, why not to give part of this building to the firefighting service? And he did it. They were working very well, 13 years, but one random night the cigarette became the reason why this building was burned to the ground too. So Georgians are very careless with the fire. And what about these griffins? I checked the statistics, and this is the most stolen statue in the Tbilisi. In mostly Georgia is safe country. If you will put your phone in a cafe, go to toilet and come back, it will be there you put it. But we have strange kleptomania about statues. So if you have any with you, keep it. Here people do the one exercise, then they pass the charge. Does someone knows they are crossing themselves 3 times. So then you are driving in the bus, and the bus passes the church. Everyone is doing same exercise. Even when you are driving in a taxi, and taxi driver is smoking cigarette with one hand on the half-opened window and other is the steering wheel, the thing that he will drop is not cigarette. Tbilisi was built in the 5th century, and the 4th, 5th century here was no religious conflict at all. So here people respect each other. Even on this street name is Kote, you can see Catholic Cathedral, 2 Orthodox churches, 1 Gregorian church, mosque, and so on, everything. So people respect here each other, and they are very tolerant to each other. But champions in the tolerance are those guys, because one day you enter here and it smells like Catholics, another day like a Copts, and like a day like a Baptist. So they even allow to other minorities to use their building. This building is from the 19th century, but as I said, Georgia was part of the Soviet Union, so in during 70 years religion was forbidden here, and churches was used for more practical reasons, for example storage or library or prison. This one was storage, so it wasn't. Yes, it wasn't kept well, but after Soviet Union collapsed, it was back to the Catholics, and they renovated this building. In Georgia is one of the best qualities of water. So it comes from the mountains, from the rivers, cleaning and giving you on the top land where you are living. But here in the churchyard, of course, we have holy water. It's right here, so if you had some headaches, hangovers, or some problems like that, you can fill your bottles. It helps really. So what's about this church? This is 5th Orthodox church with C, but when you see one of them, trust me, you see all of them. Some are bigger, some are smaller. This is a bigger one, for example. And in every Orthodox church in Georgia, you can see Saint George and Saint Nino. So you can identify Saint George, he is killing dragon. This is small church, so here he's killing snake. Nino, as I said, is the woman who brought Christianity from Cappadocia in the 4th century. And in that time, he forgot her main tool, cross. And he needed to have a cross. So in Georgia, you know, we have wine and we have grape wine. So he took 2 bridges of grape wine, tipped it with her hair, and it have not the typical form, you know, type. The cross is not this form, it's something like this, because it was made from the grape wine. So when we will enter inside, we'll have a little challenge finding Nino. Not Nemo, Nino, with the hair cross. You need some?
Oh, okay, great, thank you.
So here is George. He's killing the snake over there. And who can find Nino? With the cross of grape wine. Maybe there. I will help. God has something about 2 minds, you know, he's father and son, and he wasn't human at all, never was human. And Orthodox believe that he was and father and son, and he was also the human that came and was sharing about Christianity. So that's the main difference. Georgian language, first of all, is very unique. You cannot hear the same language in the world, trust me. So in Georgian language we have 28 consonants and 5 vowels, but forget about vowels, because here we have I don't know, we don't use that vowels. We want to have many consonants in a row. For example, does someone know the name of the river that is in Tbilisi? Mtkvari. So Turkish cannot pronounce Qvari, so they renamed it from Kura. And is my favorite one. It's very unique. You cannot find it in other languages. My friend is living on the street. That name is Tsinam. So if you are living there, it's so hard to tell taxis came on Tsinam street. But also, I know the hardest word in the Georgian. Be ready. Don't even try it. But the meaning is the man who is killing the tiger. Okay. In Georgia, we have a big banquet that called supra. Supra is the big table, big banquet. There is a lot of food and a lot of wine, of course. And every supra has boss, toastmaster, and his name is Tamada in Georgian. Tamada need to have some skills. He is knowledgeable, smart, funny, can pronounce good toast, and also must be good drinker. Also, but we can have about 300 or 400 guests at one supra, and it's hard to drink so much. So even Tamada have substitutions. So when he's a little bit drunk, please someone change me. He's saying, and now we have new Tamada. Georgian lifestyle is all about drinking wine. Georgia is not the early rising country. At 8 o'clock, no one is working. People usually start their day at 11 o'clock. And now I will show how Georgians love to start their day. So this is the oldest bakery in the street. This bakery is from the 5th century. As I said, nothing is older than 3 centuries, but everything on the ground. Underground is everything original again. And here people make traditional Georgian bread that calls tonisburi. So, or shoti or lawashi, they can be different names. So to do this, you need to slap dough on inner part of this. So there's very hot, about 400 graduses inside. So then man is doing this, he cannot see about 5 minutes. It's that kind of hot. So Georgian lifestyle is all about this. So we start our day with the hot bread, white Georgian cheese inside, and a little bit wine, of course. You can see bakeries everywhere in city. It will be near your house where you are staying. It's usually on the low ground. You can see people are doing each other bread or giving and money, and that place there you can buy shotsburi. And you need to always eat it when it's hot because it's very delicious. In ancient time in Georgia was so many inventions. So people. Inventions, invaders, yeah. And people was hiding on the low places, and that's why everyone have that kind of place. This is underground, and in Georgia we love bread very much. So first reason to use those buildings was bread. This is second Orthodox Church in our way. This was the main church in Georgia until 2004. In 2004, built a new church with the golden dome. If you've seen it in Tbilisi, that is the main church. But this is the very popular church in these days. Here is a lot of weddings, and here is the original Saint Nino's cross that was made from the grapevine. You know, people are kissing everything there. So icons, floor is tradition. And after coronavirus started, people don't started stopping that. They continue it even more because people here believe that sharing with each other bacteria and viruses boosts your system. Georgia is a part of the Schengen zone. So now we can visit European countries without visa, and people were very happy, very happy. On second day, 600 Georgians went to the Amsterdam. On next day to Berlin, and for the Madrid, Barcelona, okay, there they can chill, if you know what I mean. So, this bridge have lights in the evening. It can be red or white in Georgian flag, or yellow and blue, and European Union colors. You know, everywhere you can see Georgian flag. It's near European Union's flag too. So, Georgia loves Europe very much and wants to be part of it. This is the President's Palace there on the top. In the down is concert halls, but none of those buildings are used now. These concert halls, like tubes, you cannot even see on the map. I will explain. In 2004, we have new president, Mikhail Saakashvili. Before Georgia, as I said, was part of the Soviet Union. It was very corrupted, very bureaucracy country. It was very dangerous to live here in 90s. Police wasn't making their job. It was very criminal country. So when Saakashvili came here, he became president. He fired 100% of Georgian police. Now Georgian police buildings are made from the mirror because you got to know what they are doing inside. That's the reason. And the new force after Mikhail Saakashvili hates Mikhail Saakashvili's force. So that's why they are not using even President's Palace, not even the concert halls. So new force leader is oligarch Bidzina Ivanishvili, whose house is this on the top, the glassed one. He is not now ruling. He is not even premier minister. He is not even president. He is oligarch. He's a little bit crazy one because he has elephants, penguins, zebras in his house. He's the richest. He is the richest man in Tbilisi, in the Georgia mostly. So when Saakashvili came to Georgia, he needed to do something, you know, because we have no oil, no gas, nothing. We have only wine, but half of the wine is drinked by Georgians, so you cannot go far on the wine. So he thought that Georgia need to be the country where it will be very easy to do business. So at this time, Georgia is 7th in the world for the easy making business in a list. So he thought that he need to be no bureaucracy. So in the House of Justice, you can make any document, you can even marry someone in just 15 minutes. So now it's very easy to do these things in Tbilisi, in Georgia. Mother of Georgia, Kartlis Deda. You can see same in Armenia, in Ethiopia, but we have a little bit different one. The sword is the bad guys who are coming to Georgia, and cup of wine for our friends. So he is saying, I will kill you if you don't try our wine. So this is not first one. The first mother of Georgia was made from the wood, and you know what's happened. It was burnt, of course. This castle called Narikala again, and it was built even earlier than it was built Tbilisi. It was built in the 4th century. And the Turkish, Arabs, Mongols, no one destroyed it because it was good point to calculate your army. So everyone was using it. You can see even church near the castle. This church is 16 years old. The previous one was burned to the ground too. So everything is burning in Georgia. Tbilisi was on the way of the Silk Road from the Chinese to Europe. So it was financial reason why he built Tbilisi on this area. But in Georgia we love legends very much. So the legend says he was hunting. He had a pheasant, you know, the bird, and he found this bird boiled in the warm waters. He found it boiled in warm waters. It's sulfur waters. So Tbilisi, Tbili in Georgian means warm. So Tbilisi is a warm city. It's hot, you know. Here is symbol of Tbilisi, the pheasant. It's symbol T in Georgian, Tbilisi. So name of city. You can see this type of symbols everywhere in all town. We count about 98 ones, but I think that's not all. This is typical Georgian house, you know. For no reason we call it Italian garden. So inside it's a garden, it's shared, so everyone who is living can visit each other. So the main thing about it's huge balcony and it's shared. So it's a few houses on the one balcony, and in Georgia your neighbors is your best relatives, your best friends. So they can open the door of your house, open your fridge, take something, or visit you with some coffee or the watermelon or something like that. So and you can do anything, but you can do in their house and take something. So if someone will do this, it's normal here, because Georgians love firstly each other, and Georgians love very much guests. They are crazy about guests. So if you will enter someone's house and you will say that I want some drink Georgian wine, they will be real happy. They will take about 10 liters from I don't know, from somewhere, and you will start drink with him. This is the place where there is warm waters. If you smell, it's sulfur. It smells like a rotten eggs. I know they're not the best smell in the world, but it's all about your imagination. So then you will be at your home, enter your kitchen, open your fridge, and there will be some smell of the rotten eggs. Tbilisi will come on your mind. So this is the place the Tbilisi is starting to build. The one who will shape this one 3 times to the rock will be so lucky. So people are trying to do this. If you want someone, you can practice it. So this is a natural waterfall that comes from the botanical garden, and also from the ground in this point is sulfur water. So it's the place that they are sharing with each other. Here is, do you know what is this? Yes, baths, right. They are here from the 7th century, and as I said, 40 times Tbilisi was destroyed, but no one even touched this ones, because everyone was enjoying baths. Everyone liked this so much, and everyone was using the baths. So here we got 3 baths. One is Gulo, second one is Royal, and there is number 1. Name is number 1. Bath number 1. Yes. So I recommend this one, Royal one. There is also public bath, and of course for you, you can be on visit only 2 or 3 guys. Okay, it's private, so that's no problem about that. You don't need any reservation. If there's free places, you can just enter. Yes, this is they are open now. Yes. I want to say that in ancient time, men can visit it 5 days in a week, and women can visit only on the weekend. But it was the one habit about this place that mothers, they are searching future wives for their sons. Okay, everyone was naked inside, you know, and the mother was looking the best body, good legs for the birth babies. So this was not only the bath, it was market of the future wives. So here is amazing massage. 100-kilo guy is massaging you very hard. In the end, you want to stop, please stop, and he is pulling cold water on you, and after 5 minutes you feel amazing. You feel 5 years younger. Your skin feels amazing. So I recommend to visit this place 100%. If you are in Tbilisi, you got to visit this place for sure.